Maxton Hall Season 2, Episode 5 Run while you still can. The halls of Maxton suddenly fall silent, as if the whole school is holding its breath. A door slams, a whisper spreads like fire, and in one single moment, Ruby's world is torn apart. Something happened, something no one is supposed to know. But someone does. And that secret is about to destroy everything. The episode opens with a sharp cut. Ruby standing alone in the dim hallway of Maxton Hall. The air feels heavy, like it's pressing down on her shoulders. Her eyes are still wet from the fight she tried to hide. Students rush past without noticing her, but the echo of her own heartbeat feels louder than anything around. A memory flashes. The argument from earlier. The moment when the truth slipped out, sharp and painful. The moment she realized she isn't just fighting for her place at Maxton. She's fighting for her future. And for the first time, she's not sure she can win. In her dorm room, Ruby sinks onto her bed. She isn't crying anymore, not because she's okay, but because she's too shocked to feel anything at all. Her hands shake as she tries to breathe. How could this happen? How could everything fall apart so fast? Across the campus, James stands by the large window of his family's estate office, staring out at the dark gardens. He looks calm on the outside, but his jaw is tight and his hands are trembling in his pockets. He replayed Ruby's voice in his mind 100 times already, her fear, her anger, her disbelief. The truth she uncovered wasn't supposed to reach her. Not now, maybe not ever. James squeezes his eyes shut. He knows this is his fault. Not because he wanted it to happen, but because he didn't stop it. He didn't protect her. And now the silence around him feels like punishment. The camera cuts back to Maxton Hall, where the lights flicker in the empty hallway. A quiet whisper fills the screen. This changes everything. And it does. Because after today, nothing between Ruby and James will ever be the same. The next morning at Maxton Hall feels different, strange, heavy, almost dangerous. The school that once buzzed with noise now feels like it's listening. Every step Ruby takes echoes through the hallway, and every pair of eyes seems to follow her. She can sense it. The whispers, the stares, the rumors that travel faster than truth. Something dark is spreading, and she is at the center of it. As Ruby walks toward her locker, two teachers pass behind her, speaking in low, urgent voices. She can't hear the full sentences, but she catches fragments. Investigation. Information leak. Someone in danger. Her stomach tightens. She doesn't know if they're talking about her, but deep down, it feels like they are. She opens her locker with trembling hands and freezes. Inside is a small folded note. There's no name, no signature. Only 4 words written in sharp, hurried handwriting. You're not safe here. Her heart sinks. For a moment, she just stands there, staring at the message as the hallway blurs around her. She knows this isn't a joke. Someone knows something. Someone is warning her, or threatening her. Across campus, James moves through the corridors like a storm trying to keep itself contained. He overhears a conversation near the headmaster's office, his father's voice, low and furious. She knows too much, he says. Handle it before this becomes a disaster. James stops cold. His chest tightens. He knew his father was hiding things, but this is different. This is dangerous. A sudden cut brings us to Ruby confronting James. Her voice shakes, not with weakness, but with betrayal. Did you know? She asks, searching his eyes for truth. And James, standing inches away, feels the weight of the whole world on his shoulders. He wants to tell her everything. He wants to protect her. But the words stay trapped in his throat. His silence is louder than any answer, and in that moment, Ruby realizes something heartbreaking. She's not just fighting rumors or secrets, she's fighting a system built to bury her. And James, he's part of that system, whether he wants to be or not. The tension thickens. The danger grows. And the truth is getting closer. Night falls over Maxton Hall like a warning. The campus, usually glowing with warm lights, now feels cold and watchful. Ruby sits on the edge of her bed, staring at the note she found earlier. You're not safe here. Those words repeat in her mind, louder than the ticking clock, louder than her own heartbeat. Every sound outside her door, footsteps, whispers, doors closing, makes her flinch. She has never felt this exposed before, then suddenly there's a soft knock. Not loud, not urgent. Just a quiet, careful tap. Ruby freezes. For a moment she considers pretending she isn't there, but something in her chest pushes her forward. She opens the door just a crack and sees James. His expression says everything she's been fearing. He steps inside, closing the door gently behind him. His voice is barely a whisper. "Ruby, we can't stay here." "Not after today." His eyes are filled with worry, but beneath it, there's something stronger fear. Real fear. Ruby shakes her head. "James, I can't just run. This is my school. My future." She tries to keep her voice steady, but it breaks, revealing her confusion and heartbreak. James moves closer, lowering his voice even more. "My father is already planning something. I don't know what, but it's not good. If we wait, it'll be too late. You have to trust me, please." The room feels smaller as his words sink in. She looks at him, at the boy who has hurt her, protected her, loved her, and lied to her. Trust isn't easy anymore. But the fear in his eyes is real. And it tells her more truth than his silence ever could. She exhales shakily. "If we leave, where do we go?" James opens his backpack, revealing train tickets he bought hours earlier. Anywhere but here. A decision forms between them, quiet, heavy, and life-changing. Ruby nods just once. And that single movement becomes the turning point of everything. Fast montage follows. Ruby stuffing clothes into a small bag. James checking the hallways, the two of them slipping out the back exit where the cameras don't reach. They move like shadows, careful and desperate. The night air is cold, but freedom feels warmer than anything they've known in weeks. As they board the midnight train. The camera lingers on a figure in the distance watching. Waiting, following. Ruby settles into her seat, unaware of the danger behind them. The train doors close, sealing their choice. Text flashes across the screen. When trust breaks, only love remains. But the danger doesn't fade. It only shifts. The train slows as it enters a quiet, unfamiliar city. Streetlights glow through the windows like distant stars, and for the first time in hours, Ruby lets herself breathe. She leans her head against the cold glass, watching the empty platforms slide past. James sits beside her, shoulders tense, eyes locked on the darkness outside. He wants to believe they've escaped, but something inside him refuses to calm down. When the train finally stops, they step onto the platform together. The air is colder here, sharp enough to sting their cheeks. The station is almost empty, just old posters peeling from the walls and a vending machine humming in the corner. Ruby holds her bag close to her chest, taking in the silence. "Maybe we made it," she whispers, almost convincing herself. James nods, but his jaw is tight. "We need to stay low. Just until I figure out what he's planning. He doesn't have to say who he is. Ruby already knows." And even here, far from Maxton Hall, the shadow of James's father still feels close. They step outside into the night. The city is unfamiliar, but calm, the kind of place where no one asks questions. Ruby almost finds comfort in it until her phone vibrates. She freezes. There's no name on the screen. Just a number she doesn't recognize. James sees her hesitation. "Ignore it," he says quickly. But the phone buzzes again. And again, louder this time, as if demanding to be heard. Ruby's heartbeat spikes. Something inside her tells her to answer. She slowly presses the button and lifts the phone to her ear. Silence. Then a voice she knows far too well. Smooth, calm, and terrifying. "James shouldn't have taken you." Ruby stops breathing. Her eyes widen as the voice continues. "You think running makes you safe? You have no idea what you've stepped into." James grabs the phone from her hand, fury rising in his chest. "Leave her out of this," he shouts into the receiver. But the voice chuckles, quiet, confident, certain. "You can't protect her, James, not from this." The call ends. Dead silence. Ruby stares at James, fear cutting through her like ice. "What did you do?" she whispers. Not angry. Not accusing. Just terrified. Before he can answer, the camera shifts. Across the station, a figure steps off the train they just left, slow, steady, unmistakably deliberate. Their face is hidden, but their intention is clear. They followed them. The screen fades to black as footsteps echo in the distance. A final voiceover cuts through the darkness. Maxton Hall Season 2, Episode 5 Run, while you still can.